Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. I still remain your favorite fashion DIY tutor. So if you are new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up, drop your comments down below. Before you make a corset, first of all you have to draft the basic body, and this is exactly what I did here. This is the front panel and then this is the back panel. So when making your corset cup, is either you have your ready-made cup ready, or you can as well use your wadding. This is foam wadding to achieve your cup. But before you want to customize your own cup, make sure you have a zigzag sewing machine to do so. For this tutorial we are going to be using this ready-made cup. I have done a tutorial on how to use a ready-made cup to achieve your corset, and for this tutorial we are working with size 10 according to my own brand size chart. So size 10, I have half bust 36, waist 28. So this is it. This is her neckline, then this is her chest line, her bust line, her under bust, then her waist, because on the waistline is where I will join the skirt panel to the upper bodice panel. So without wasting much of your time, please, if you are new, make sure you subscribe, give me a big thumbs up, then drop your comments down below. So let's start with the main tutorial. So when making your corset, you have to determine, like, this is the chest line, this is the bust, that's the bust is the nipple part. So you have to determine how many inches do you want, or how many inches do you want to give space on the middle bust area, like this side. So today I'll be using 0.75. So once I mark that 0.75, I'm going to connect my 0.75 all the way to my chest line. So you have to mark which side you are using for this. So here I will mark my arrow so that I will not be confused. So I will be using this because that's where it's facing, so I'll be using this side. So note that this is from your, let me just say, from your bust area down to your under bust, depending on your bust size. So I'm going to make sure that the cup fix on the under bust. Don't press your cup, don't press it like this, just allow it to float on its own. So I'm going to just raise my cup like so, because I want to cover her nipple. So I'll have to come down by 1 inch here, or let me come down by 0.75 because I don't want her bust to be all that exposing. So 0.75, then I'm working to make sure that this fits to her under bust. So right here I'm going to trace out the cup. So this is the cup. So this is the cup. So I'm going to, this is the cup curve. So I'm going to connect this to this with a straight line. I'm going to connect this to this with a straight line, and I'm going to extend it to the back panel. So right now we are not using this side. So this is the only side that we are using for this tutorial. So I'm going to label, this is 1, then this is 2, then this is my 3, then this is my 4. So once I label, I'm going to label how many times I want. So here, if you want this to be on fold, you can do yours to be on fold. If you want it to be like separate, I'm going to do it times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So for the back, this is where the back is. So I'm going to measure out the remaining what we have at the back. This is like 6.5. So I'm going to mark out 6.5 here. Then extend the lines to the side of the zipper. Perfect. So this is what I have here. Do your curve lines very well. So here I have added all my seam allowances at the side seam, remaining here, up here. So I'm going to, since I have labeled, I'm going to cut it out. Then after cutting it out, I'm going to trace it on a new paper. This is what I have for this. So guys, I'm through adding my seam allowances, but I have to explain to you how I did that. So on the center front, which is this side, which is this, I'm going to label it center front. So here, because this is going to have boning, and I'm going to fold it like so, and then add my boning here. I added 1 inch. So here on the bust line, I only added 0.7, that's half an inch. Also on this dot line, I added 1 inch each on each side. On the side seam, I didn't add any inches except for the seam allowance, which will be folded inside. Then you can as well trim it out or leave it in case of body weight gain of your clients. So here on that side, also on the back panel, I added 1 inch also on the 2 sides. I added half inch here. Remember that we added half inch here at the initial time. So right now I'm going to place this on my fabric and start cutting it out. So guys, I'm done pinning my my pattern on the fabric. You can see here, or you can as well notice here, that they are facing the same pattern. Note when sewing with your suede, note the side that is stretchy, like this side is stretchy while this side is not stretchy. So I'm working with the side that is not stretchy at all. Guys, this is the sewing part of this tutorial. I have already pinned my lining using the seam allowances that I added on the pattern. So, and I use this pattern for my placement. So right now I'm going to start stitching the linings before I can now do the same on the main fabric. So guys, I'm through. I'm pinning the main fabric. So I repeated the same process that I did on the lining. So this is fully pinned, and I pin it accordingly to how I added the seam allowance here on my pattern. So I'm going to measure this. I'm going to also measure it to make sure that I have more than the waist measurement. So like I said, if you want to cut with the part that doesn't stretch, because this is a suede fabric. So here I'm having 33.25. Right now I'm going to start sewing them together. So guys, I'm through joining all my panels together for the corset, for the upper part. So I'm through ironing and I also top stitched here on the main fabric. Then I did single and double. At the back I did single top stitching, while at the front I did double top stitching. When you are top stitching, make sure you top stitch the width that will hold your boning very firm and not make your boning to shift. For instance, here at the back, see how tiny my top stitch is. When inserting your boning, make sure you smoothen the rough edges, and there are ways to insert your boning. You see, when you place your boning here, you can see the curve. So when you place, make sure that you turn the curve in opposite direction. For instance, let's put this one. So see the curve, I'm placing the curve upside down, so that when you will insert it, it will look like this and lap on the body. But when you flip it the other way around, so this is how your fabric is going to look like, making it to have curve and not be fitted or sit well on the body of your client. So when inserting your boning, face it the opposite side. Make sure that the curve part is on the wrong side of the fabric. After top stitching, you mark out your 1 inch. After top stitching, you mark out your ½ inch for joining. So you have to separate here, because you're going to trim the excesses out. You're going to trim out these excesses out. So when pinning, make sure you balance the two sides of the bust like so. So here you make sure that what is left here is also what is left at the other side. So guys, I decided to join everything together so that I will not have a complicated finishing. So I'm joining the lining and the fabrics together. But first of all, I'm going to join the edge of the center front, the up part of the center front. After using this ½ inch to sew, I'm going to trim out the excesses out. Then once I trim out, it will enable me to place my wadding at the place that I joined. Remember that here we are going to sew this with ½ inch that I did my my marking. So I'm going to top stitch. has ended, so I'm going to notch. Well, when notching, please be careful. Be careful, be careful, be extra careful if you have to. Like, be super careful when notching. So right now I'm going to sew. So guys, the outcome is super amazing. So let me show you guys my corset. So this is the corset. So you can see that the cup came out beautiful. Can you see the cup? So this is like super amazing and beautiful. Let me show you guys the outside. Like the outside is super neat. Oh my god. So guys, right now I'm going to go and iron it, then flatten everything all out. So guys, see you guys in my next video.